Hello, everyone. I am Dave, the prayer guy. I want to thank you so much for taking time out of your busy day to watch this video. I greatly appreciate it. My vision is to fuel God's mission with prayer, his mission of making and growing disciples, which all believers are a part of. Hopefully, everybody's engaged in evangelism. Everybody's engaged in discipleship of really helping each other grow and bringing more people into the kingdom, whether you are the upfront person or you're the behind the scenes person, that you are doing something to help advance the kingdom. And prayer is the fuel for that. So hopefully you're praying. I am praying as well for God's kingdom to be advanced in different ways. So today I have been thinking about the story in Exodus 17 verses 8 through 16. So the last 8 verses of Exodus 17. And that is a story. Okay, so let me give you some context in it. So Israel, the nation of Israel, has left Egypt. And they hear about this army who's coming to destroy them. And this army is coming from the promised land. And at this moment, Israel, the nation of Israel, is closer to Egypt than they are to the promised land. They are much closer to Egypt than they are to the promised land. And they're former slaves. They still kind of have that slave mindset of what it was like. They don't have any military training, but they know the army is coming, and they know that this army is intent to destroy, to come against them, even at this early stage. And what does Moses do? Moses, the leader of the nations, the one who led them out of Egypt, what does he do? He tells Joshua, his assistant, to lead the fight, to gather the army. All right, so think about that for a moment. The leader is telling his assistant, you're going to lead the battle. I'm not going to fight. You're going to lead it. And so then Moses goes up to the mountain. He takes his brother Aaron, the priest. He takes his friend Hur. And what do? I bet they prayed. I mean, when I read the passage, it doesn't say that they prayed, but knowing who Moses is, I bet the three of them prayed while Joshua was leading the fight. And and so prayer was needed because Israel had a great challenge coming at them. And so what I find most interesting in this story is that the leader, Moses, prayed. He was a leader of prayer. He was a leader, and he led with prayer. Moses knew what he needed to do in order for Israel to reach the promised land. In order for Israel to defeat this army, he needed to pray. He needed God's intervention. And Israel needed God. All right, so a lot of times what I like to do when I lead a discussion on this passage, I like to ask the question, so who would you rather be? Would you rather be Moses or you rather be Joshua? Would you rather be the individual who prays, intercedes, asks God to intervene, or would you rather be the one actually actively engaged in what is going on? And so I want to say that both are needed. Both the person like myself is more wired towards the prayer, to actually pray, to help the people that are engaged in God's mission more often than I am, to actually spend time praying for them? Or are you more wired for action? You're more wired that God has made you in a way that you want to get your hands dirty. You want to get into the fight. That's who you are. You're more like Joshua in this case. And both are needed. Both are important. We need people to be engaging in evangelism, to be sharing their faith with others. We need people who are willing to step up and pray and help God, implore God to intervene on our behalf. Both are needed. So if you find yourself more like Joshua, wanting to get involved, find your prayer warriors that they will pray for you. If you're more like a prayer warrior, find your Joshuas to pray for. And I will also like to say that if you're a Joshua, don't forget to pray. If you are more like Joshua, don't forget to pray. You need to pray just as much. And if you're more like Moses in this story that went up to the mountain to pray with his two friends, his brother and his friend, you need to get involved in God's mission as well. Yes, don't forget to pray, but get involved. We need each other. We need to keep going. So above all, let's keep praying for God to work in his mission, and let's keep acting in his mission. Let's keep doing both. All right. So thank you so much for watching this. I hope this was an encouragement to you. God bless you. May the Lord be with you, and please like and subscribe to the channel. Thank you.